Hello, my lovely yarn humans. Welcome back to Grandma Hobbies, where yarn turns into happiness and mistakes turn into design choices. I am Munif, and today we are crocheting something so tiny and cute that it might just grow legs and walk away, a little mushroom. So grab your hook, your yarn, and maybe a snack because tiny projects deserve big vibes. Let's get started. A quick note before we begin, this mushroom pattern is inspired by a design found on Pinterest. Unfortunately, the original pattern creator is unknown or mysterious, and proper credit could not be traced. If you are the original creator, please reach out. I'd be more than happy to credit you fully. This tutorial is shared with love, learning, and respect for the crochet community. Now let's talk about the materials that we will require to make this mushroom. I will be using a 3 mm crochet hook. I would need some polyfill, a stitch marker. I will need a scissor, a B7000 glue, and I will be needing some googly eyes and some yarn. So I'm using yellow, white, and also a tapestry needle to weave in those ends. So we are going to be starting with the hat first, and then we will move to the body. In order for you to start with the top part, I will be making a magic circle, and I will be making 6 single crochets into that. So chain 1 first, and then make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you have 6 single crochets, close in the end, pull it tight, just like my budget at the end of every month, just like that. Okay, and then we move on to the round 2, which is going to be the increase round. We go into the first single crochet here, and then make 2 single crochets into the same stitch, 1 and 2. And here I will be placing a stitch marker on my first single crochet that I made, like that, and keep increasing. So I had 2, I will make 2 into the next stitch, 4, 2 into the next, 6, 2 into the next, 8, 2 into the next, 10, 2 into the last stitch. We will have 12. Alright, so now for the round 3, we are going to remove our stitch marker. Go into the first single crochet and make 1 single crochet. Place the stitch marker back onto the first single crochet and increase in the next stitch. So it's going to be 1 single crochet and increase for the remaining chains. So 1 single crochet and increase into the next stitch, 1 single crochet and increase into the next stitch. So continue like this, where you're making 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet increase. You should have about 18 stitches once you complete that, and I'll meet you here. Okay, so I have completed the increase round, round 2, where I have about, round 3, where I have about 18 stitches. So let's move on to the last round of increase, which is going to be our round 4, where I will make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, place the stitch marker back onto that. We will be increasing into the next stitch, and then I will make another single crochet into the next stitch. Right, let me tell you one more time. 1 single crochet into the first, then you increase into the second, and then you make 1 single crochet into the third. One more time, 1 single crochet into the first, increase into the second, and 1 single crochet into the third. So continue making 1 single crochet increase, 1 single crochet until the end, and you should end up with 24 stitches, and I will meet you right here. Okay, so at this point I have about 24 single crochets. Your round 5 and round 6 is just going to be single crochets around, where you will not do any increases, but just go ahead and make single crochets all around. So make 2 rounds of those single crochets and I will meet you right after that. So at this point I have completed about 6 rounds. So my round 5 and round 6 was just 24 single crochets around. Let's quickly give it a count. So this is my first row, second row, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Now for your 7th row, I will be working in the front loops only, where I will make 3 single crochets. Just so to make a front loop single crochet, you're going to just pick up this front loop here rather than going into both the loops like this. Okay, so this is your front loop and this is your back loop. So what we are going to do now is go into the front loop and make about 1 single crochet, place the stitch marker, go into the next front loop and make your second single crochet, go into the third loop like that and make another single crochet. So you have about 3 single crochets in the front loop, and now your 4th single crochet is going to be an increase. So make 2 single crochets into the front loop of the 4th stitch and continue making 3 single crochets into the next few stitches. Okay, so continue like this, making 3 single crochet increases, and I will meet you at the end here. So I have completed the front loop increase round, and now I'm going to move on to my next round, which is going to be 2 single crochet increase, 2 single crochet, and that's going to be in the normal stitches. I'm not going to be using the front loop anymore. So I will be going ahead and making a single crochet into the first stitch. There you go, 1. Place the stitch marker back onto that single crochet, make another single crochet into the next stitch, increase into the next, and another 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. Continue making 2 single crochet, increase, 2 single crochet all across, and I will meet you right here at the end. So at this point I have completed making the hat. All I need to do now is make a slip stitch onto the first single crochet, and I will cut the yellow yarn from here. Okay, and I will also hide the shorter strand that's coming from the middle part of the hat. Now let's move on to the round 9, which is going to be the body part. So to make the body part, I will be using some white yarn, and I will be working on the back loops from inside the hat. If you see, we worked on the front loop so that we can start crocheting the body from the cap. So it's it's directly crocheted onto the back loops only. So what I'm going to do right now is find the first stitch, the back loop stitch, and insert the hook. Take your white yarn and pull through that loop like this. And now I will be making a chain 1 and then making a single crochet into the same loop where I just connected my white yarn. So 1 single crochet, go into the second back loop, make second single crochet, go into the next and make the third single crochet, and so on. So you should have about 24 single crochets in white color. Continue making these single crochets until you have 24, and I will meet you right here at the end. So I have completed round 9, which is working on my back loops, and I have 24 single crochets. Your round 10 and round 11 is just going to be single crochets in each stitch. So we are not going to work on any of the back loops now. We are going to go straight into the next stitch which is our first stitch from the previous round, and make a single crochet. Place the stitch marker and continue making the remaining single crochets. So you should have total of 24 single crochets for your round 10 and round 11, and I will meet you once you complete those two rounds. So I have completed two rounds of 24 single crochet, that's round 10 and round 11. For your round 12, it's going to be a little different because we will be adding the arms to the body. So we will start with making 7 single crochets. 1, place the stitch marker, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Once we have 7 single crochets, we will be making a popcorn stitch. Now to make a popcorn stitch, you need to make 5 double crochets in one stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you have 5 double crochets, remove your crochet hook and go to the first double crochet that you made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my first double crochet. Insert the needle there and then grab the loop from behind and then pull it in so that it creates a popcorn stitch. And then you can chain 1 and move on to the next single crochet. Now we will make 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, 7 and 8. So once you have your 8 single crochets, we will make another popcorn stitch by making 5 double crochets into the same stitch first. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will go ahead and insert the hook into the first double crochet and pull. Once we have that, we will make one chain and we will go ahead and make 7 single crochets into the remaining stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so after the popcorn stitch round, this is how your project should look like. And round 13 and 14 is just going to be single crochets around. So make 24 single crochets again for round 13 and 14. And I will meet you on round 15 again. Alright guys, so I have finished my round 14. And now we will be going ahead and making round 15, which is going to be adding the feet to our mushroom. So what we're going to do is I am going to start by making 9 single crochets. So 1, place the marker back into that first stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Once you have your 9 stitches, we are going to make our popcorn stitch again. That is 5 double crochet into one stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once we have our 5 double crochets, I will insert my hook into the first double crochet, grab that loop from my crochet hook and pull, and then I will make a chain 1. Okay, once you have that, you will go ahead and now make 5 single crochets into the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you have your 5 single crochets, you will again make one pop-on stitch into the next, which is 5 double crochets into one stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once we have our 5 double crochets, I am going to remove my hook, insert it back into the first double crochet, grab that loop and pull tight and chain 1. Next we are going to make 8 single crochets into the next 8 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here you have completed the body, but not yet. We also need to do some decreases, and we will start by filling some polyfill before you close the bottom part. Okay, so I have a little bit of polyfill here. I'm gonna stuff that in first, and then I'll see you when we do the decrease part. So at this point I have about 24 stitches here, including my popcorn stitches, right? We usually don't count the 5 because we are making a popcorn stitch. We consider this to be one stitch alone. Now it's the time where we go ahead and make our decreases. To make your decreases, make sure that you start by just picking up the first front loop and the next front loop of every stitch, like this, right? This will help you make an invisible decrease round. So just pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both the loops as if you're doing a single crochet, and you place the chain back into the first decrease. Let's go ahead and do for the next stitch. Pick up the front loop only, go into the next stitch, pick up the front loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop through all those two loops, those two stitches, yarn over and pull through 2. Here you have your second decrease. So continue making these decreases. You should end up with 12 decrease stitches, and I will meet you at the end. So I have completed my 12 decreases. At this point we will again go ahead and stuff a little more polyfill, just so that we can make it look fluffier. And so I'm stuffing as much as I can just to shape its body uh, properly, right? So I have, I guess, enough polyfill stuffed in, and now we're going to do the last round of decrease, and I will show you how it is done. Okay, to do our last round of decreases, I am again just going to go and pick up the first two loops, that is the front loop of the next two stitches, yarn over, pull through those two loops, yarn over and pull through 2, and then place my stitch marker. Now because we made 12 decreases, we should end up making 6 decreases. So I've made one already. I'm going to make another one. So this is my second. This is going to be my third decrease. Okay, like this. Fourth decrease. Fifth decrease, like that, and then my final and last decrease, which is the sixth decrease. So one final decrease, and here we go. So we have made our decreases. At this point you can cut the yarn, and I'll show you how to hide the excess yarn and also to close up the little space that you see here. At this point I have gone ahead and removed the stitch marker, and I'm going to cut the excess yarn. I'm going to leave some yarn so that it is easy for us to hide in the extra yarn. So use a tapestry needle to hide in the ends. Now again, what I will do is with a tapestry needle, I will just pick up the front loops of each and every stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm going to hide in the edges like that, and I'm also sorry for the background noises, guys. Okay, so let's just weave in the ends like that, pull it a little tight so that you're closing this up. I guess it's also getting blurred because of the other elements on the camera. Okay, here. And I will now cut the yarn. I'm not going to hide too much, just a little bit. Cut, chop, and then the same thing even with the yellow yarn. Now insert your needle there like this, bring it from the top like that, pull, and then cut the excess yarn here as well, just like that. So at this point you have made your cute little mushroom. Now let's go ahead and give it some more details, like adding the eyes, and also you can make tiny little frog eyes or bunny ears. I'm going ahead and using my B7000 glue with some googly eyes. I'm just adding a very little amount of adhesive to my googly eyes, and then just stick it like this. Make sure you stick it um, like leave 2-3 stitches in between the eyes so that there's some space in between them. And then here you have I have gone ahead and made one of the bunny ears for my mushrooms hat. I will be using the same yellow color yarn. So to make the bunny ear, I'm going to make a slip knot, but I'm going to leave some space like extra yarn before I make that slip knot, so at least this much, and make a slip knot here. And then I will be going ahead and making 7 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then starting from the second chain from the hook, I'm going to make single crochets. So 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then into the last stitch, you're going to make 3 single crochets. 1, in the same stitch the next one, and in the same stitch the third one. So overall I have 3 single crochets in the last chain, and then we are going to continue making single crochets on the other side as well. And also make sure that you are hiding this yarn and bringing this towards the beginning, and I'll tell you the reason why we are doing that. So go ahead and make single crochets. I guess you should have about 5, or 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I have about 5 single crochets, and at this point I will cut off the yarn. Again, I'm going to leave some extra yarn because when we are attaching the ear, I'm going to be using both of these strands to tie, and I'll just show you in a minute. So once I have made the bunny ear, I will now go ahead and use my tapestry needle to um, this side to actually, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I guess I will be using the other one. Just a minute. Here you go. Once you have that, just go into the second stitch from here like that. Just pick up 1 stitch like this, and then just pull it up. Okay, turn it on the other side like so, Okay, and then what you're going to do next is you are going to use the other side of the yarn, which is this, and you are going to insert your needle here into the first chain that's here. Go into that and then back from there and push it towards this side. There you go, somewhat like this. Okay, and then same thing here as well. Just go insert into the base from where you got your yellow yarn and boom. And then just straighten this up a little bit. That. Just give it some shape and then tie a knot here. One knot and then cut the excess yarn from here and then just tie this inside. Okay, just pull that up like so, and here you go. You have successfully completed making the bunny ears to our mushroom's cap. Okay, and just like that, your little mushroom is completed. Look at it. Tiny, cute, and absolutely judging you from the table. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so YouTube knows you love cozy crochet as much as I do. Drop a comment and tell me what color mushroom should we make next. Until then, keep stitching, keep smiling, and remember, Grandma Hobbies always stitches with love. Bye, yarn besties.